Hello there, welcome to Blockchain Nuts and Bolts, and there's this another video in the playlist of IPFS, and this video will be focusing on graphing objects with graphmd. Now what does this actually mean is, like, in the last 4 videos what we have seen is we have seen IPFS, what IPFS is, how the files are broken up, and how they get stored across nodes. Herein we'll just be seeing how we can visualize it better for easy and good assimilation of IPFS. So this is going to be a hands-on video, but I have made few slides for just a kind of theoretical background to it. So this all we have seen: IPFS add command, how we use it, and it follows the Unix FS data format, and how the files are broken down into blocks and then arranged in a tree-like structure. And we had seen this in the earlier video, so this is just kind of a revision, and QM hash for the version 0, and you can easily view the sub blocks. We had seen this command IPFS-ls in the CLI command video. Now this figure is a schematic representation, wherein I am just trying to explain how the file is broken up into binaries, chunks, digest, CIDs and base CID. But in actual what happens, how these hashes are generated, to visualize it better, to assimilate it better, the tool that I am discussing out here, graphmd, we'll just see what it does and how it does. So this graphing objects, graphmd, the tool that I'm discussing here. So this is a very simple tool, and it is a few lines of scripts that I'll be sharing from the original site, wherein I have seen this, learned this. So I'll give you out that site. So it is a very short shell script, and the link that I have shown you below, that zybuluo.com, etc. This is the site wherein all this the script part is given of how does it look like. So this graphmd, the tool, it is based on another tool which is known as graphviz. Now what graphviz is, it is an open source graph visualization software that represents structural information as diagrams of abstract graphs and networks. So before I actually go into using the graphmd tool, I will show you few simple files of how we use this graphviz tool. Basically this uses the command dot that I'll show you on the terminal, but just to give you an idea of what graphmd is based on. And the details, we can just go on to this side. So we can just go here, paste it here, and I'll just show you how does the site look like. So graphviz, this is the actual site wherein all the commands are given. So I'll not be discussing out all the commands here, or what are the options, what are the switches, but I'll just be giving you out an example. So in case you want to go in some detail of what exactly it is, how does it work, so all the details are given at this site. This link I'll also be sharing in the description. Let's get back to the presentation. So now that was it. The number of slides, there were about 5-6 what you had seen. So now let's get hands-on. So to get hands-on, I'll again get back to my virtual machine, that is parrot_IPFS. I'll quickly switch it on. So in this machine that I'm using out here, this parrot machine, this is the same machine that I have used in the earlier videos. So this will have pre-installed IPFS. So I'll not be installing IPFS. I'll just be initiating it by the IPFS daemon command. So we'll reach the desktop. So here we are on the desktop right now. We'll go to the terminal and we'll maximize it, get a better view. So here it is. So the first command is sudo. So first of all, I'm just installing sudo apt install graphviz. So this is the command. So I have it already installed, so it will say it is already installed. So that's the only command. And now after installing this graphviz, now I'll have to install the graphmd. How do we install that? So graphmd is also installed in my PC here on the terminal, but I'll just show you how do we install it, what are the steps. So we go to this site. So this site again I will give out in the description. So how to install graphmd? We simply copy and we paste it and we use it. So basically these two lines will ensure that your graphmd tool is installed. So I'll just show you. So let's start the IPFS daemon first. It'll take few seconds. This is required basically so that we are connected to the nodes, and whenever we use the hash etc, so that is fetching it right. So daemon is ready. Now we'll simply paste that command here. So now I am not directly installing directly copying this file in the user local, since there are some permission issues that I found. So IPFS cat. So first of all I'll get this file IPFS cat, and I am directing it to graphmd, and this is the hash that I have taken it from the site to ls-lrth. So we have this file graphmd here. So what does it look like? More graphmd. So let's see what does it look like. So this is the script that it looks like. So I am not going to explain you all this. A simple few commands that are there. So it starts from here and it ends up here. So there are about 14-15 lines. So that's it. So the next command is that you need to copy this. You have to so the next command is chmod +x. So first of all we'll have to make this file graphmd executable. So we'll just paste it, and this is available in this current directory. So now this is made executable, and now since I have already copied, I'll just show you the location: cd user local and then bin. So here I will have this graphmd command. So it is lying here. So since I had done this earlier, so I am not executing this command again. So now we are ready to go. We have got the graphviz installed, and now we also have installed the graphmd. So that's the only part for the installation. So first of all I will just show you how does it look like. How do we use this graphviz function command? So sample.gv. .gv means that's the extension for graphviz file. So we'll just create a blank file, and this is few lines, and that's it. And we'll say a-b. Now what is this a-b? As we save it and as we run it, you will be able to understand what have I done. So now to execute this is the dot command that I had mentioned earlier while installing graphviz. tpng, and then sample.gv -o file.png and xiv, that's a simple image image viewer, and then file.png. So now when we run this command, on the terminal, and we try to open that sample.gv, what does it show? So it shows that A is connected to B. So we'll just close this. I'll just show you that file again, sample.gv. So this is what I had done. So graph a-b, we can further write a-c. So what I am showing you here is just an example so that you understand how simple it is to use this tool. Now we'll run this command again, and we see now instead of AB, now we have got AC also. So we'll tweak it further just to give you an example overview. AC, and now we can also write B-C. So these are just simple nodes that we are trying to show you how they get connected. We'll run this command again. So now A, B, C, and now since I had additionally given this A is connected to C, so A also got connected to C. Now this is a schematic kind of figurative view of the command that I had shown. A is connected to B, B is connected to C, and A is also connected to C. Now the thing is, there are no arrows here. There are no arrows. What direction, what node is moving, we need to show that also. So what do we do for that? We'll again go to that file, and instead of graph, we will say di graph, and instead of this dash dash we will simply replace it with an arrow, an arrow, an arrow. So now we will close this and we will see what's the difference. So now we'll just we are running the same command here. Now you see there are arrows, there are directions. So this is just an example to show you how this command is used, how this graphviz function is used on the terminal. So now we'll close this, and now I'll take you to the desktop. And why am I taking you to the desktop? Let me show you why. So there on the desktop I have this folder BNAB, and 1 2 3 there are 2 folders, there is 1 file. These are just random files that I have here. So I will just show you what exactly it is. CD, we'll go to the desktop. So what does it look like? BNAB. So this is what it is inside that folder: 1.jpg, blockchain paper.pdf, 1 file, BNAB 1.txt. Those will not go inside the contents what is written here, but what I'm trying to show you in this video is we can add this complete folder in IPFS. And how do we see that? So it is again very simple. First of all, we'll add this IPFS add -r and BNAB. So all the files, all the folders, they have got their respective hashes, but the root hash which has come up is QMY4AB. So this I have copied because this is the root hash. This is the final hash that we are getting. Now comes the part graphmd. Now that's the main thing here, and it's a beautiful tool. And why is it beautiful? We'll just see it. So simple graphmd, and we'll paste that root hash here, and we'll pipe it. And now we use that graphviz command dot. So T we'll first of all we'll try it with the PDF, and we will say anupam.pdf. So this is being created on a desktop. So this is the tool graphmd. This is the hash of that directory. This is the pipe. This is that graphviz tool that I had shown you how to use it directly. Now here I am using that graphviz tool enabled with a graphmd script. So we will run this and let's see what happens. So we'll go to desktop, and there is a file on the desktop which is known as Anupam, and now I'll just open it and you see how beautiful it looks. I have done nothing and this beautiful image is created, and this is the same directory that I have just shown you. That this is the root hash. And now what are the directories? There are 2 files. There's one PDF, there's one JPG, and how what are the hashes of these particular files and folders? And further to this, after these folders have been created, what are the files inside? And then respective hashes. So this all these hashes. So in one single command you will be able to see how the hashes have been created, how the final structure of the tree has happened. So graphmd, that's all about it. And okay, there's another thing you can like for this example that I had shown you here, I had used tpdf. So in case you want svg, so you can also say svg, and this will be created on the desktop. And then similarly, in case you want a png, this will again be png. So that's all ls minus lrth, and you can we'll see if it can be opened with anupam.png. Yeah, so we have just opened this with the EOG. So this is the PNG format. Not sure if EOG also opens the SVG format. Anupam.svg. Yes, so it has also opened the SVG format. So there are 3 commands here that I have shown you. I'll just show you on the history. So one is the PDF if you want to create a PDF out of the graphmd hash, then in case you want to create a SVG, this is the command, and in case you want to create a PNG out of it. So that's all. So this has been a very small video, but a very powerful tool has been described here, and all thanks to this website. This I'll give out in the description also. So I have just used the simple steps which have been given out here, and I have used it for my own directory folder. Otherwise, step by step everything is given here, and this complete this complete address I'll be sharing it in the description. So thank you very much, and in case you have liked it, in case you have learned something, I'm sure you will like this video. Thank you very much.